Joining me here in the studio is Mohamad Elmasry, a media studies professor at the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies. Mohamad, thanks very much. Obviously, you've been talking to my colleague as we follow this latest on the potential implementation of this ceasefire deal. It feels a little bit like déjà vu here. We've been here so many times over the war. Is it likely to go through this time?
I think it is. I think it is. That's what we're hearing from all sides. The kind of discourse that we're hearing now is new. The fact that we are so close to the finish line. I think what's interesting is that, as you mentioned, we've been here before, and so that begs the question, you know, what's different this time? And I think what's different, as I was mentioning in an earlier interview, is the presence of Donald Trump. And you know, far be it from me to you know, to give Trump credit. I've been for the better part of 10 years very critical of his political program and his political discourse. But I have to be honest in terms of the way I'm reading this, and it is his pressure that is really forcing this deal to get over the finish line. That's what it looks like to me. I thought it was interesting that Haaretz was reporting that
Which is a left-wing Israeli
newspaper.
media.
Yeah, they're reporting that Steve Witkoff, Trump's envoy, called the Prime Minister's office, Netanyahu's office, on Friday from Doha and said that there needs to be a meeting tomorrow, Saturday, on the Sabbath. And they replied saying, well, we don't do that.
Which, of course, they never usually hold meetings on Sabbath. That's the one thing they don't do.
Exactly, and that's what the report was saying. And Witkoff said, well, you're going to meet on this particular Sabbath. And that just underscores the seriousness, I think, with which the incoming Trump administration is taking this.
And of course, Donald Trump, this is the incoming US president who's going to be inaugurated in a few days, had already said that a ceasefire deal needs to go through or hell will break loose. Why is it, do you think, there is more pressure with Donald Trump coming in? What is it about him or his previous policies that could put this much pressure on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who still says that the goals of the war haven't been achieved?
Yeah, so look, I've been in this chair many times over the past year plus, and the reality is that, as I've said on numerous occasions and as others have said, the United States always holds the leverage over Israel. The Biden administration has held all of the leverage as well. The reality that I think we're seeing play out is that Joe Biden and Antony Blinken, for whatever reason, did not want to end this war. They had the ability to do it, but they never actually applied real pressure to Israel. And we're seeing now what can happen when a U.S. administration, in this case an incoming administration, applies real pressure to Israel. Israel is basically forced to play ball because they are fundamentally dependent on U.S. support.
Okay, Mr. Mohamad Elmasry, hold that thought because we are going to hear the Israeli view